So today we're going to talk about neutron bombs, the how and the why. Now, much information surrounding neutron weapons is inaccurate, mythical, or propaganda. So in reality, there's a lot of theoretical information on neutron weapons, but because they weren't tested extensively after the Test Ban Treaty, a lot of the effects and technology have not been proven out in actual tests of the weapons in the atmosphere. The theory behind a neutron weapon is you change the nuclear flux of particles that are emitted during the detonation by tweaking the components of a nuclear weapon. It's kind of similar to enhanced microwave weapons, where you have the nuclear weapon produce microwaves rather than neutrons or the other particles, alpha, beta, gamma. So with a neutron weapon, you're looking for gamma radiation because it's so lethal. So the United States designed the first neutron warhead, I believe in 1958. The tactical warheads came online in the 1970s. There were very few of them produced before Jimmy Carter stopped production. What had happened is a lot of communist and democratic propaganda said that this was the way that we could basically have a clean nuclear kill device where it wouldn't produce a lot of fallout like a regular nuclear weapon. It wouldn't produce all the heat and the blast destruction. So they claimed that they could use it to keep buildings intact and kill the personnel, and thereby reducing the catastrophe of a nuclear war. And that's really propaganda. When you look at the actual effect of a 1 kiloton neutron weapon, what happens is it's enhanced. So the neutron radiation, which is in effect gamma radiation, of a 1 kiloton weapon would cover the lethal radius of a 10 kiloton device if you looked at it on a blast basis. So what they've done is substitute neutron radiation for blast effect. So the neutron activation radius would theoretically be 10 times what it would be with a conventional tactical warhead. Now, the second thing that people kind of spread around is that neutron warheads were strategic in size. But in reality, they were small, limited yield warheads designed for a specific purpose, which we'll get to. And when you look at this, the ones the U.S. developed were in the 1 kiloton, which is a small tactical device. You could shoot them from artillery, drop them from aircraft, use man packs, things like that. So this was one of the lower yield weapons that we had. The real reason that the neutron warhead was designed and came into limited service in the 70s was to stop the Russian armored invasion of Europe. Because with a 1 kiloton device, you could get roughly a 900 to 1800 meter wide area where your neutron flux gave you gamma radiation output in the area of 6,000 rads. 6,000 rads is basically the magic number because that gives lethal incapacitation in 5 minutes. So if you were in the 6,000 rad zone, you basically would stop functioning after 5 minutes and then die. So the part of this weapon that they really were interested in is its ability to send neutron bombardment through the armor plate of tanks and personnel carriers that would kill the Russian occupants and Warsaw occupants of those vehicles. And this was a basic purpose of the weapon. Now, Jimmy Carter stopped production of this weapon because of politics and the propaganda around it. It was reinstituted by Ronald Reagan, but all the U.S. neutron warheads were supposed to have been destroyed in the forced reduction that took place in the demilitarization of Europe. So our nuclear force reductions all the neutron weapons were supposed to be taken out of service and production. Now, China stole the design for the neutron warhead from the United States. They have produced them in numbers. Nobody really knows how many. Supposedly, they haven't tested them in the atmosphere, so the yield would be theoretical, which I don't really believe, because you could actually go somewhere in the world and have a detonation of a neutron weapon, and would the Western governments really publicize that at the expense of admitting that the atmospheric test ban treaty didn't work? And what would you do? Stop all trade with China if they tested in the atmosphere? So from our standpoint, what's told in the public is, yes, the Chinese did steal the design of the neutron weapon from the United States and produced it in series and use it in service. So it's more likely that the US population or NATO population would be engaged by a neutron weapon than vice versa, because the tactical weapons in the US arsenal were supposed to have been destroyed. So that's a little data on neutron weapons. Please share your thoughts. We'll see you on the next video.